on with Charles Davidson. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's third down. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Third down, here's Tracy, and he'll get nothing out of that one. This defense not budging, back-to-back carries of just 2 yards. Strong start by this defense. Third and short, they go with a run, stonewalled for no gain.
I played for a guy who always talked about setting tones and meeting force with force. That felt like it on that play, didn't it? And they met it in a big way and won. What a great job by the defense.
On fourth down, Jamie Gillen on to punt for the Giants. Steven Sims. Taken in at the 11. He had his sights on the end zone, no doubt, but is brought down after a huge return there. And the Ravens set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already. Number 8, Lamar Jackson, trotting onto the field at quarterback, ready to lead this Ravens offense.
Early part of his career, defenses really had to focus on his running ability, and they still do. But now, he's turned himself into a true dual-threat quarterback. When he plants his cleats in the ground and turns it loose, good things happen downfield.
They go play action with Jackson. Past the 20. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Zay Flowers, 48 yards. And the Ravens get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Well, you've got to like that start on both sides of the football. You force the 3 and out, and then you score on your first drive.
Well, I know someone who doesn't like that start.
Well, yeah, the other side.
Yeah, they don't like that at all, right? This is not the way it's supposed to be. But what you just described, that's team football, all right? When you get a 3 and out, you're supposed to take advantage of it on the offensive side of the ball. You said, thank you very much for getting us the rock. Let's put it in the end zone, and they did exactly that.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. So first and 10 now from the 30. They'll start with a run by Tracy. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
A loss of a yard brings up 2nd and 11 at the 29-yard line.
Right back to Tracy. And once again, they stop him behind the line. Great job by this Ravens defense. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. They look to throw. It's Locke. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Offensively lucky they're able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. 1, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But 2, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Now it's Jackson. Looking deep here for Flowers. And this is caught. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Zay Flowers, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Ravens are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Another impressive drive, so they're 2 for 2, 2 touchdowns. Charles, a great start to this ball game for them.
And one of the words that's really worked its way into our lexicon is stacking. They've stacked momentum each time out, and not only on offense. Between those touchdowns, defense held, forced a punt to get the ball back, and they've played awfully well in this one. Both sides playing at optimum level.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and it's now 14-0.
Giants nothing. Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Here's the Giant offense now as they get ready to take over here. They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10. Pass is caught by Wan'Dale Robinson. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down. Here's Locke. He'll get this into the hands of the wideout from LSU. And they do finally get him at the 12. A big play there for the Giants. 53 yards. Tracy going to get it on first down. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. On the option left, it's Locke. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd down. Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. And he'll go down, brought down at the 20-yard line. Sacked on the corner blitz by Marlon Humphrey. On 4th down, on is Graham Gano for the Giants field goal. From the left hash, this from 37. Gano's kick is good, and they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So that kick gives them their first points of the game, CD, and it comes on the 3rd drive, but hopefully for them that's a spark that gets that offense going.
Yeah, and I would say if you're the offensive play caller, as you look at your sheet, you're trying to find that part on there that unlocks bigger points. They've struggled with a few drives so far, finally got 3 out of it. How do you find the end zone? That's what he's searching for now.
Room to run at the 50. And he will take this one all the way back inside the 35-yard line. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Play action. It's Jackson. This is caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews, 33 yards, as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. So what a start. It's not often you even get 3 possessions in a first quarter, but he now has 3 touchdown passes. Tucker now to add the point after. And it's no good. He missed it wide to the left.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. And New York set to take the field. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive. Quarter has come to a close. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now here at MetLife Stadium. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. On the ground, here comes Tracy. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. So that time they get the tight end on the hold.
Normally he's a pretty good run blocker, but this time he just didn't get his arms extended and let go quickly enough. The flag came out as a result.
Running left is Tracy. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
No, that wasn't an explosive run. That wasn't one that took it all the way to the house. But, boy, for a team that's had trouble running it the entire game, that's the kind of run they need, hopefully, to get themselves kick-started.
On the run is Tracy. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. The bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
The Giants go on 4th but come up empty. And the Ravens are going to get the football back. The Baltimore offense at the line set to get going. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, giving him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
Henry again on 2nd down. He works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
In motion, Aguilar. From the gun, it's Jackson. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. You take a look at his receiving numbers so far. He's been terrific. Up over 100 yards now for the game. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Henry out of the pistol. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 63 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now. So the drive takes him into Giants territory now. 1st and 10 at the 43. On the counter, it's Henry. And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here.
A gain of 13 yards. 1st down, Ravens.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll run it again with Henry. To the 27-yard line. And they'll come up on a 2nd and 7 from the 27. Oh, he fakes a spike. And that is going to wind up incomplete. So they try to hit him with something you don't see too often, but it doesn't work out. This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. And they'll send the tight end in motion left. From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson. He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have a Ravens 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Back to the ground now. It's Henry. And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call run fits, everyone was in the right place.
This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. In motion, Aguilar. Henry will get it. He's been busy today. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Tucker's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so that you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. And the Giants ready to come out now. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Throwing now is Locke. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and it's picked up by the Ravens. And they will have the football deep in enemy territory all the way at the 10-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
Say to forget, absolutely. Inside handoff, Henry. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Big play from a big man, Kayvon Thibodeau, off the edge and dropping him behind the line.
With his size, it often takes more than one guy to get him down, but if you can at least slow him up and the reinforcements arrive, you have a chance to get him on the ground, and that they did that time for a loss.
4 yards on the pickup there, and now they're left with a 3rd and 8. A 20th carry now for Derrick Henry. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That winds up being a 4-yard loss and leads to 4th down.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. They're not going to get it. They try to move the chains with a surprise, but it's a turnover on downs. They pass up the 3, fake it. It doesn't work. And the Giants are going to get the football back. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. And he is going to lose yardage here. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. Locke going to throw. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. The D can only stop it one more time as they take the knee. So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And it was a game where they were off and running in the first quarter, Charles, and never looked back.
You know, partner, after a while, we always say the same thing, don't we? They set the tone early, right? They started fast. To cover that, and they said, yeah. When a horse breaks out like that, you say he caught a flyer out of the gate. And that's exactly what this team did today. I mean, they jumped out there, jumped on them, and were never headed.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we sign off from MetLife Stadium.